Hello friends, Cheryl here with Inked Pulp again. It's time to do some work on the 600 Subbie giveaway journal. I think this is going to be part 2, 3? I don't remember. Actually part 3. I think it's going to be part 3. So I have done some work since we last talked. I've put some laces. These are some of those antique laces. So they're very old, and I put those around the edge. I put a closure of a piece of sari silk, actually one on either side, so we can close it up, and that's the back. Now, I do have some more plans for the front of this. I've got a couple of pieces of doily that I want to work in here, and I was thinking something like this and this, and then maybe a book plate down here, maybe some buttons, some other things on the front, but I don't want to decorate the entire front just yet because I'm going to be putting the signatures in and out, and I just don't want to mess up the front. So I'm going to leave it as is, and then that lace goes all the way around to the inside as well. So that's what we've done on the cover. Now I've got 2 signatures. Katherine said she wanted 2. And so what I've done off camera is to go in and pick out some items to go in the signatures. And today I thought we'd maybe put some of those in and decorate. So the first one I have is this beautiful floral here, and I really like it on the back of this ledger paper. It gives it some background. We can ink around the edges. And then this envelope, what I want to do is make this a pocket. I'll probably do some stamping on this. And then I'm going to glue the flap down and cut a little bit off and make a side tuck. And then I've got a couple of things to go in there. I've got a journaling card and a piece of real ephemera. I think it's real ephemera. Yes, because it's got the cancellation. I'm just going to put that in there as ephemera. Now I don't have it all laid out yet, but then I've got this piece that I folded up, and I've got this journaling card that I made just the other day, and I thought it goes really nice with the botanicals and all of that. This I thought I would put as a, was I going to put it on here? Maybe as a pocket on the back of this envelope. And then I've got this pocket with a little bit of a journal card, and I was going to put that on there with maybe some stenciling or some, I've also got these tissue papers that I want to put on some of the pages. And then I've got not a lot in this second one. I've got this that I want to put on as a pocket. Actually, these can't go right next to each other. So we'll pull that out. This is going to be a pocket with the ladies. I've got another journaling card in here. Actually, I think I'll put her on there and have her as a side tuck. And then I've got this vintage, it's got some vintage ads on it. It's a little journaling card, and I want to put a pocket there. I don't have one picked out yet, or I'll make one. And that's what I've got figured out so far. So let's work on it. Let's start on this first signature and go through and put down some of the pieces that I've already figured out. Okay, so get some ink out here. Now, just because I'm putting this down doesn't mean, you know, I could put a little charm up here. I don't know what the final is going to look like, but we'll get started anyway, and then I can just add to it, add embellishments as I go. So if you're returning and you saw the first 2 parts of this series, thank you for coming back and showing your support. If you're new here, I appreciate you coming. I recently did a giveaway for 600 subbies, and what I asked for were some prompts. To enter, you had to put in 5 prompts, and then from those prompts, I would make a journal. Katherine won, and her prompts, I have them here somewhere, were like lace and botanicals. She likes coffee-dyed paper. She likes vintage ephemera. So I went through in one video and just pulled out a whole bunch of stuff that would fit that criteria and set it aside, and then I've proceeded to work on, I'm going to take out some of this white space in here. I'm going to cut it out. There will still be some in here. I can't get every little bit, but the big white spaces I want to cut out of here. So I'm hearing all positive things from Katherine so far. She likes what I'm doing. And Katherine, if you don't, if there's something I'm doing that you just absolutely don't like, then please, please, please let me know, because there's no reason I can't change things up. All right, let's get this one last piece out, and then we'll glue this down. There we go. Come on. All right, there we go on that. And so that's going to go down there. I will get my glue stick and my glue block. I think this would be a pretty page to have lace going down the side and make this just a decorative page in the journal, maybe not so much a functional page. Oh, a big glob of glue under there. Don't want that. All right. Let's put this down here. There is the first decoration in your journal, Katherine. I'm going to pull this page out a little so I can and then I'm thinking a little bit of lace down there when I get to that part will be really, really nice. So there's the first page in the journal. Okay. Next, we're going to glue down this flap. I guess I could just lick it, but I always hated licking envelopes. And then I'm going to take just a sliver. Let's move the ephemera box out of the way. I'm going to take just a sliver of this envelope off, just to open up the side. Oops, didn't get this side. And we need to put a little thumb hole in there. Find my... I really like, I don't know if you guys have ever looked at doing this, but I really like this oval one because, especially on the bigger pieces, it makes a longer hole on there. So let's see. That's about in the middle. And we'll go through all of those pages. All right, and then we'll put her on the front, but the first thing we'll do is ink around the edges and then maybe add some stamping. All right, so let's ink around the edges. I like being able to work on the pages without having them sewn into the journal. I really enjoy that. So I may start doing a little more of that because it just gives you so much flexibility. If I want to pull any of these pages out and sew around them, I can. Which I will do all off camera if I do any of that because I can't get my sewing machine on camera, at least not just yet. Boy, inking takes a lot of time, but it sure adds a lot to, especially if you're doing vintage, it just adds so much. All right. Now, what I may do is take a piece of this tissue paper . This tissue paper has vintage ads on it. And so I'm wondering if I take a piece of this and tear it sort of make a tear. I love this look. This is one of my favorite techniques to use. Let's get that folded up. And what if we put like this on here? It's kind of big. The pocket is, or the lady's image is kind of big. Well, we can put a little bit of it behind there. I like that. Okay. Let's glue this down. I've got this bit of glue blob here that I had. We can put some of that down. Can't see a lot of this paper, but you know, a lot of times you don't see a whole lot of the background. It's subtle, but it's there. And I guess that's what we're looking for here. It's subtle. I hope you guys can't hear. My husband is vacuuming upstairs. Our dog sheds so horribly bad, and he hates it. Hates it, and I'm down here filming, so he decided to get the vacuum out, and today's his day off. So he got the vacuum out and he's doing some vacuuming. Okay, and then we can put this on here. Let's put a little bit of stamping up in that corner. And I've got this kind of swirly this little swirly stamp, and maybe we'll take it around just a little. Oh, there we go. That's pretty. That's pretty. And then, of course, we've got to ink up this. I was going to make this a pocket, but you know what? Well, I will make it a pocket. But I'm not going to put a thumb notch in it because we already have one right above it for the big pocket. So I don't think I'll put a notch in this piece. We'll just glue this one down. And then I can do some additional decorating if I want later with some lace or something else. So we'll put that down, and I'm gonna try to use more wet glue than glue stick, because I find that over time, I don't care what anybody says, glue stick comes up. And I am pivoting quite a bit, definitely on the stuff I sell. If it's for me, that's one thing. But if I'm selling it, I want to go over here and get the girls on straight. And there's a page. All right, let's put this back in here where it goes. And then I have this journal card. That's a double journal card, and I thought I would put that in the pocket and let it stick out just a little bit. So there we go. The second page. So we start here, we've got some real pretty florals, and I will go through off camera. I'm not gonna take up all your guys' time to do this as I continue to do it. But I'll go off camera and look for any of the glue spots. And so I don't know what we're gonna put on the very front just yet, but got this page, got this page. And now we've got this one with a journaling card. Oh, I was gonna put this in there too. This is just a piece of ephemera that's just there to be there. And we'll pull this out a little bit because it's got a little bit of bulk right there. So we'll leave that sticking out a little. And then the next place I had something was here. And so what I want to do is I want to glue this down, glue this little flap down, and then I'll ink before let's see, we're at about 20 minutes. I was going to do an hour, no more than an hour on each of these put it together videos, so I'm gonna keep going. Half hour just doesn't give me enough time to get enough done. So let's get this all inked up. Uh-oh, I think my husband came downstairs. I think he's going to vacuum down here. I'm going to have to get up and shut my door. Hang tight, ladies, one sec. Let me go shut my door. Sorry about that. That man loves to vacuum. I think he just hates all the dog hair. And if he had left it long enough, I'd have got to it later today, but I call my husband the Energizer Bunny. And he is like, he gets in Energizer Bunny mode and he doesn't stop. I mean, he just doesn't stop. Okay, let's glue this one down as well on the other side. And he's in Energizer Bunny mode this morning, so we have an agreement. I said, I will get to things, but it's going to be in my time. You know, if I'm working on a project or some such thing, then I'll get to it when I get to it. And if that's not soon enough and you want it done sooner, then you're welcome to do it. And I'm not going to feel bad that you're doing it because, you know, and most of the time I get to stuff in time, but every once in a while, like this morning, he's seeing dog hair around and he wants it taken care of, so he is in Energizer Bunny mode. All right, let's go around the rest of this. And then we'll get it ready to put the journaling card in. And we'll go down the middle here too. So yeah, he's in his, and then when he's done with that and he feels like that's done to his satisfaction, he'll go outside and work in his shop or work in the yard or whatever. But I used to feel so guilty when he would, you know, get in the Energizer Bunny mode, and I was thinking, oh, he's doing stuff that I should be doing, and then I thought, no, you know, I always get to things. It may not be exactly when, you know, he would do it, but if he wants to wait, and I'm not talking like days and days, I just am not going to get up this morning and start vacuuming right away. That's just not me. I need some creative time first. So anyway, that's our agreement. All right, so there's that. This is going to go in here. I might do some stenciling on there, but let's see what we want to do across here. Because I want to put, I'm going to get some of this lace, and I obviously can't sew it down because I've already glued. I probably should have sewn. If I wanted to sew it, I should have sewed it on first, but let's look at the antique lace bin and see if there is something. Oh, I know there'll be something. Let's take one of these. Oh, they're going to be too light. I don't know that we want to do that. What else? I don't know what I think what I want to do is put some fabric down here, some lace or ribbon across here, and then maybe some little buttons. But I'm going to hold off on that because I'm not positive, and I want to take my time, and these are the things that I've laid out. So that's that one. There's the other side of that. And then this piece. I don't know if I want her there. This we're going to put here. And this, I have got some tissue paper that is like, you know, old tissue paper. I'm going to cut this off. And I think that will go nicely behind there. So let's go here because I've got a nice torn edge. And let's just put some. Now this one I may sew around, we'll see. see what I do on the other side. All right. So here, Catherine, we've got some vintage paper for you. I know you like this vintage stuff. I do too. I really do too. So I'm excited to do this journal because it's a lot of the things that I love as well. All right. Alrighty, let's cut that off. Yeah, cut that off. And then down here at the bottom. All right. And I'm not sure I'm going to use this lady because you had vintage ephemera. You did not necessarily have the lady thing. And I do have a couple of spots with the ladies in here, but I don't want to overdo it because I don't think that was a solid request to have, you know, the ladies. Now you tell me, Catherine, if I'm misreading that and you would like to have more of the ladies in there. All right, there's that. And then we're going to put that down there like that. And actually, I may only do 3 sides so that you have room for another pocket if you want it. Pockets are never a bad thing to have, and certainly you don't have to use it, so it certainly doesn't hurt to leave it in there. So we'll just go 3 sides here. And then I left a little room. Maybe we could put a ruffle or something. Maybe we could sew some lace on that side. So there's another page. It's got this, and the way this is set up is it goes in here kind of cattywampus, like that. So there's another page. All right, let's look at signature number 1 and see, because we're at about half hour, and then we'll go work on signature number 2 for a bit. So we've got this beautiful floral image and maybe a charm and some other stuff on this page. We've got her with a double vintage pocket there and a piece of real ephemera. We've got this middle page, which I still need to do some more on here, and then we've got this journaling card that I just recently made in one of my Art Before Breakfast. And then we've got this little page here. Now, some of these pages will be left blank for writing on, so it's not wanting to stay in straight. Let's crease him a little more. All right, there is signature number 1 with a few things in it. Now, let's look at signature number 2. I'll open her up. I don't think I put as much stuff in here as I did. Oh, this I want to make a pocket. I do like these ladies. I like them a lot. Now, I'm thinking I should probably back it with something at least at the edge, because this paper, while it's not thin, it's not thick either. I mean, it's like a presentation weight paper, and I am going to use glue stick on this one. It's a presentation weight paper, so it's heavier than copy paper, but it's not super heavy. So we'll back it here and give it a little more oomph. Okay. Because we don't want our pockets tearing. That would be not a good thing. Now I know I backed it with white paper, but you're not going to see it, and I will ink around the edges, so there's no reason to use up good coffee dyed paper for this when you're not even going to see it. So that was my reasoning behind using the white. I need to cut this down just a little bit further. Okay, there we go. We'll put our lid on the glue stick so it doesn't dry out. And then I always like to do it from the back so I can see exactly where because I didn't want to take her head off. All right, let's do a little bit of, and I might put like a little flower or something, because I know you like your botanicals, so I may, I'll put something down on that pocket. I have to think about it a little more. And the one thing I probably won't do a lot of in these videos is make things up on the fly, like come up with the ephemera, because it takes me a while. My art before breakfast, I do just that. I just sit down and look for things on my desk and make things up. But when I'm really working on a serious project, I have to look through everything. And if you guys had to sit through me looking through everything, you would be miserable. So I will probably pick out things ahead of time. There we go. Now, what do we want to do behind these ladies? How about some more stenciling? And some of this I'm doing on the fly, but certainly not all of it. Like picking out the ephemera. I just need to be able to hang on a sec, ladies. Let me grab my pile of stencils out of my stencil drawer. And let's see, we just used that one. Ooh, that one's pretty. Let's use that one. Let's use that one. And I'm wondering if we want to use a little bit of, hang on, let me see where it is. I've got this wild honey because there's some of the kind of orangey. If I put it on here and I don't like it, I can always cover it up with paper. Nothing is ever ruined. We can always fix things. Okay, let's see. Do I have a wild honey? No. All right, let's do some stenciling. And I want to get some spots darker than others. And you know what I might do? Might be kind of cool. Okay, there's that. And let's see what... I tell you, I'm a lost cause. There's that. Now, I think that might be just a little bit too bright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of... So I can mark it. I'm going to take a little bit of Vintage Photo, and I'm going to go over kind of in different places the same thing. There we go. I like that. So I think it tones it down just a bit. And I think it fits better with the colors here. And then we'll have a tag or something that fits in there. And I may actually put, I'm going to do this for now. I may come back and put some kind of like a speckled egg in here. Add a little blue tone to it. But we'll see. Let's put those ladies right there. Make sure that it's even. And there is a page in signature number 2. There we go. Kind of a fallish looking one. But that's okay, because this journal is supposed to cover all seasons. Maybe I'll even put a little piece of tissue paper in there. I'll figure out something to do with that, because I don't like it just like that. It's just too... needs a pop of color in there, but I'll figure it out, and it will be gorgeous. All right, let's see what else we have. Oh, we have this gal. And we're going to put her as a pocket. And again, it's a little bit thin, so we need to back it. So let's back her. This is kind of fun making. I've always been really intimidated to do big projects on camera because I just have to think about things so much, and sometimes things don't turn out just like you like them to, and I worry about doing that on camera. And I thought, you know, if a page just turns out, like if I can't make that last page look like I want it to, I'll replace it in there. I'll just get another piece of coffee dyed paper and make a different page. There's nothing that can't be fixed, I guess is my point. And I guess we shouldn't be afraid to try stuff, even if it is scary, because I do find it very scary to get on camera. And I just hope that this turns out all right, and I hope people don't think, oh, she doesn't know what she's doing. I just get really intimidated by that kind of stuff. Selling, great. Making 1 or 2 little pieces of ephemera in an art before breakfast, great. But making a whole journal on camera, a little bit nerve-wracking. All right, let's give her a little hole. Now, I want to do something else with her. I want to take a piece of lace. This is the one I used on the front. And I think that would be really pretty there. Down the side of that pocket. So let's figure out what's the front side. So yeah, we'll just put that, and that off-white lace really stands out on that picture. And then I can come back and put something up in the corner. Maybe I'll put a word or a number or something else up there in the corner. And I just smudge some glue, which is not a big deal because it will come off with the glue eraser. Let's see, which did I decide was the front side? All right, let's just put down, I'm just going to glue this on. And when I'm gluing, I don't like the glue, you know, I just don't like glue seeping through. So I will tend to put glue on the parts that are thicker, and then leave the other parts kind of loose, unless I feel like I need to go back and add, and I may on this one, but we'll see. All right, there's that. I could put some little pearls in there. I could do all sorts of things with that. All right, let's cut this off. Cut that off. And then we can put her on here, but what do we want to go behind her? Because it's just a little bit too... I need to do some stamping. So let's see what we've got. I've got this scripty stamp. Let's pull this out so we don't mess up anything else. I've got this scripty stamp, so we'll do that one. And then I've got this corner stamp that I used before. We can put in the corners. Let's see. Oh, let's see what she looks like on there now. Let's do a little bit of... One thing I learned about stamping, and I learned this from watching other people who are really good at this, is to kind of cluster your stamps. I used to just spread them out all over the place, and they just never looked right. And after watching how some of the masters did it, I learned that if you cluster them, they look better. And there we go. All right. There's a little bit of space down here, so I'm going to take my longer... Actually, no. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this long piece of this border stamp. Just kind of... There we go. Put it down there. Fill in some of this space here that we have around the edges. All right. Look at her. Isn't she pretty? All right, let's put her down. How are we doing on time? 45 minutes. I've got 15 minutes left to finish up some stuff in this second signature. Let's hold her up, make sure she's straight. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I did not ink around her edges, but that's okay. Not everything needs to have ink on it. Let's get, didn't quite get all the way out to the edges here. There we go. Not everything needs to be inked. So there is a pocket. She's going to go in the middle. Actually, I don't think she did go in the middle because, oh yeah. Yep. All right. So there's another page in the second signature. And now in this one, I think I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to glue the flap down and make some side pockets out of those envelopes. And then this, I think I'll just put in the side pocket. But I wanted to have some of that kind of vintage ephemera going on there. So, oops, I got a little bit off up here with my cutting. Of course, they'll be on two separate sides of the page, so you won't notice it as much, but let's go. Now it's time to do the big inking again. And I actually am not going to ink it online because I know you guys don't want to see that. So this is going to go here. I will put something here. I'm not sure what just yet. And I will put a tab on this guy so we know he's in there because he could fall down in there. Let's go to my tabs and see what I have in terms of a longer one. I thought I even had some with that same paper on it, but let's see. And actually, before I do that, let me see about putting it in. Yep, let's just put it in that way because I don't think a tab works on that other side very well. We'll just put it in that way, right? So you can kind of use that as a tab. So there's a little journaling card, and now we're back to this again, and this will be our last piece for today. So let's get back to doing some this stuff all put away here. And I think I heard my little dauber drop, but I'm not sure exactly where, so I will get another one. In fact, I have another brown one. All right, here's the rest of this. Oh. And here I am looking around again for my, oh my gosh, you guys, I am really, really absent-minded. Do you all see my vintage photo sitting on my desk anywhere? Because I sure don't see it. And I've been using it for how long now? And then it just up and disappeared. I don't understand how that happens. I just don't get it. And I even have two. Here's another one. Here's a different vintage photo. This one's the oxide, but it'll work. Do y'all do that too? I swear I'm losing my mind. Or there's little, did you see the little gremlins come running across my desk and grab that vintage photo? I don't know where it went. Probably knocked it on the floor. That would be about my style. I really worry about that sometimes, but I understand, you know, especially in the jewelry making, and you've got a little tiny stone you're working with, and you're getting ready to set it, and then all of a sudden you can't find it. It's very disconcerting. Very, very, very disconcerting. All right. That one's got those ladies on the other side. And we are going to glue this down. Actually, I'm not going to glue it down just yet because I think I want to put some lace across here and stitch it on. And I don't want it glued down to do that. So for right now, I am just going to re-ink because I think the ink is faded a little bit on here. Let's do that. And then, let's see. I want to put, I've got these from yesterday's Art Before Breakfast. What about putting that there? And then we could do something, because I like how the pink picks up there. And then put that down because I really do like that. You know what I might do behind that is just put another piece of this let's just put another piece of this paper behind it. Get these out of the way before I get glue all over everything. We'll put this down, and then let's see, this way is right side up. Oops, I gotta go over farther. Gots to get it way over here. All right. There's the tissue paper. And then let's put this down. I think that's great. I like that. I like doing the torn edge with something else behind it. The other thing I want to do is work with a little bit of fabric in this journal. I haven't done a lot with fabrics yet. But we'll get there. I was trying to have this done by the 1st of April. I don't think I'm going to make it because I do need to work on my taxes. But I think Katherine will enjoy the weight. Well, I don't know if she'll enjoy the weight, but she'll manage, won't you, Katherine? She keeps telling me how much she's really enjoying watching this come together, and I may do a bit of work offline just to, you know, get caught up a little more towards that August 1st, or not August 1st, April 1st deadline. All right, so that's going to go like that, and then, oh, it's a little, it doesn't go quite to the edge there. That's okay. And that's going to go in like that. What do you guys think? And I may come back and put a little more pink just over on this side. We'll see. We'll see. Sometimes I have to think about things. That goes like that, and then like that. Okay. So here is signature number 2 so far. We have this little page in the pocket. And yeah, I think it does need some pink down there. And I want to sew some lace around here. I'll do that stuff offline. We've got an envelope. And then we've got her with the pocket, a little bit of lace. We've got another pocket here, the envelope. And then we've got this one, which I'm not thrilled about. Actually, stuff go the other way? Nope, it goes this way. Not thrilled about the colors. I think it needs some blue or light green in there. So I'll pick a different stencil and go over that with another color. And that's all I have for the second signature. So there they are. There's the first and second signatures. Some decorating started. I at some point must have bumped this. I'm going to move it back just a little bit. But that's it. And then the work that we did on the cover. It's going to be a chunky one, but that's what you said you wanted. So, Katherine, she's going to be a chunky one. All right, ladies. That's it for part 3. I appreciate you watching. We're just about exactly at an hour, so I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye. Thank you. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. I would be most appreciative, and I will see you in the next decorating video. Bye.